This is the Power Couple Podcast
with Conjure Bae and Sade. What's up, guys? This is Sade.
And I'm Conjure Bae.
And welcome to the Power Couple Podcast. So, if you don't know what this podcast is all about, Conjure Bae, tell them what our goal is with this podcast.
Oh, first, we can't talk about sexual energy and manifestation without talking about the transformation of energy and soul ties.
So that is our topic for today. We are talking about utilizing sexual power for your manifestation. But as Conjure Bae said, we are also going to talk about soul ties and the transfer of energy as it relates to sexual transmutation. So, but if you don't know about us, I'm Sade, and and this is my husband, Conjure Bae. But I am part owner of Third Generation Conjure, and we are a spiritual company that specializes in spiritual supplies and services catered to the practice of hoodoo. And you can find us there on our website, which is www.thirdgenerationconjure.com. But yeah, so the topic for today that we're talking about is utilizing sexual power for manifestation. And, as Conjure Bae said, we can't talk about, manifestation without talking about the transfer of energy and how important sexual energy and ties are. So I'll just tell you guys, briefly what I mean when I say a soul tie. So basically, a soul tie are the ties that you get. The strongest ones are those that you get when you have children. So a mother and a child. Another strong way to get those soul ties is through sexual energy. That's the most powerful type of energy and energy state that you can have. So as it comes to manifestation, that's also very powerful in that process as well. So we're just going to talk about briefly about the transfer of energy. Okay. So if you recognize, like, let's say, for instance, you have a lot of different sexual partners, for instance, you more than likely will have a lot of different things going on in your life. You just being involved with someone sexually can manifest itself in different ways. You pick up that person's energy, you pick up, their emotions and all of that. So what I want people to recognize is to be cognizant of who you share that energy with. Okay. Anything you want to say about that?
No, I think you summed it up.
Okay. So we're going to talk about how powerful it is to utilize, your manifestations and through sex. Okay. So, I see a lot of people say, like, especially, women, they may say that they may masturbate, and when they get to that peak, that's when they start visualizing their goals and so forth, and all of their things that they want to manifest in their life. But oh, I'm sorry. I thought somebody had wrote a comment, but with that, it's even more powerful when you can get your partner on the same accord. Like, me and Conjure Bae, we might be like, "What we want to manifest today? We want to manifest some sales, But when you can get on that same accord, you're like, "Hey, this is what we're going to manifest," and kind of do it as. Do you feel like it's like a duty, like a job?
It's a job, but if you could align yourself with your partner, then it works.
Yeah, it does. And we have seen some powerful manifestations, behind it. But if you can get into that practice, even if, like, what you say, if, like, they, like me, you didn't know what we did. So maybe if I had came to you in the past about that, you probably been like, what you talking about? Manifest something. So how would you say, like, especially like for women, if they were approaching their partner with something like that, like, let's try this exercise?
And that's simply what they can say. We're gonna try this. We're gonna and explain manifestation to them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say it if you're trying to hide it. You don't have to say anything of that nature about spiritual. Just say, hey, we're gonna try to manifest something. And guys would normally fall into it because if you're talking about sex manifesting, we're gonna go for it.
But yeah, so when I say like when you at that peak like of climax, that's when you really hone into it, and you do like visualization exercises and things of that sort to bring that to you. And when I tell you, if you guys haven't tried it, make sure that you try it. Now, you can do it by yourself. Don't get me wrong. Like if you a woman or a female and your partner's not really into that, not really open minded, you can do it like when you're at your peak and visualize and do that type of workings. Even if you're just visualizing your goals and what you want to accomplish. But it is more powerful when you get your partner involved as well.
And human energy, that's what you need. You need human energy. Okay? It's three different factors. You got the thought, emotion, and action. Those three factors, if you can align those, and you can manifest whatever you desire to manifest.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. So it's just a matter of getting on one accord with your partner, and manifesting your goals and your dreams and what you want to do in your relationship. Now, I want to go back to like the sexual energy and the sexual ties. If you even think back, like just think back to someone that you used to deal with, especially like on a spiritual, I mean, on a sexual and emotional type level. And you may realize, back then when I was dealing with him, I was broke, I was depressed, I was everything. Or when I was dealing with her, I was broke, I was depressed, I was going through all kind of different things in my life. And that's because of their energy. Because like I said, when you have someone entering into your body, that's the ultimate exchange of energy. So you will start picking up on their traits as well. So if they are depressed, if they have some emotional traumas, anything like that, then that can get off on you during that process of sexual intercourse. But I really, want people to understand how important it is, especially when you're sleeping around with different people, just how important it is with that energy. Okay. Anything else you want to add? And if anybody like want to jump in and ask any kind of questions or anything as we're going through this, I'm perfectly fine with that. We had that going on in the previous podcast that we did, where we had some people just coming on and just asking a couple questions as far as the topic that we're discussing, or even if you have questions about what we previously discussed. And we all open for different questions. But it's just so important, guys. And then one thing too, when you can get that alignment, you'll even see like your work manifesting a whole lot better when you have someone with some conducive energy. When you guys are in alignment, you'll see that even manifest in your life. And that's not just you doing manifestation exercises while you're in while you're in the act of sex, but um you'll see things that manifest in your life just by the energy that you deal with and the people that you surround yourself with. But even with this podcast, like I said, we're going to talk about utilizing sexual power and manifestation, but I also want to talk about the importance of sex as it relates to a relationship. It's not end all be all, a deciding factor for everything, but it is very important for your relationship, especially when you are trying to get connected emotionally. So, what would you say? Like, what's weekly
Weekly,
sex? Yeah,
I like it. I
we know that.
keep it coming.
But no, I'm saying like because sometimes you have like women, especially like a lot of women have children, and they're usually like dealing with the kids, and then they're going to work, then they coming home, and then the man kind of in his feelings, vice versa, because they don't want to give them none because they like, I'm tired, I got a headache.
We go through that all the time.
But I'm saying like you think it should be like at least try to do it once a week, or like some women go like a month. Like you don't do that.
No, twice a week, maybe three, four if you're lucky. But try to do it as often as you can. That's coming from me, my opinion. But you wanna when you do it, don't just jump into it. Okay, just try to set you a goal or what you want to manifest. Once you set that goal, you're trying to build that energy. So the faster you, the harder you climax, the more energy you pushing off. And that's putting that energy out into the universe. But you got to make sure your partner is on the right accord.
Yeah, cause so you can't be like, for instance, it can't be like he come to me and he like, come on, come on, let's do it. But let's try to manifest something. But if I ain't really into it and I'm just sitting there like,
And she do that all the time. I'm just saying.
no, I don't. You a lie. You a lie. What if you sitting there like what they call the same place as 88?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you sitting there, you're not really into it, then don't be trying to put that. I don't think you should even try to like put that energy into
Yeah.
like your manifestations
Don't waste your time.
if you really ain't feeling it.
Cause if she ain't feeling it and you feeling it, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. But I feel like sometimes like with men, they just want to like jump into it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta like set the mood and
You ever heard of a quickie?
don't nobody want no quickie every time they go to have sex.
It's like a microwave.
Heat it up fast.
Yeah, just get it in, get it out.
Man, no. No. Cause I feel like men can kind of get turned on a little bit quicker than women, especially like I'm just being honest, like especially women that are older, like say even in their mid 30s, late 40s, sometimes that kind of decreases, you know what I'm saying? The desire decreases.
It does. It does.
So you can't just expect her to just be like, "Oh, come on, let's go."
Ooh, that person did that.
They ain't gonna do it though. That's what I'm saying.
Some will. Some women are ready to go.
Some are, but some I see a lot of women who don't have any kind of desire to do that. And that's a lot of times dealing with like their hormones and all kind of other factors that may be related as well. But then you have like if you looking at example, like if you looking at spiritually as far as sex is concerned, like if you get into like different type chakras and things like that, then like the sacral chakra, that's what controls like your sexual urges and that kind of energy. So even if like women tips, like if you're experiencing that, because I know it's not uncommon, then maybe even try like some meditation to open up that sacral chakra as well. So y'all ain't alone in it. I promise you. Especially like me, I run a business, I got kids, I got a husband. Sometimes you just be like, I just want to go to sleep.
And I just want some.
Let me take a melatonin and go to bed. No. But that ain't what it's all about though.
It's not. It's not.
It's not. It's powerful and it is important in a relationship, but I think some people, what about you got somebody who like a nympho, like they just want it like all the time. You like, look, I'm trying to keep up with you.
They gonna have a lot of stuff if they can manifest.
But they partner ain't gonna have all that energy like that.
If they keep getting stuff, that energy will come.
I guess you're right. So has anybody in that's in the audience, has anybody ever tried to do that, like visualize and do manifestations, during the act of sex, or even if you were just, masturbating or doing it yourself?
And you can do it yourself.
You can.
But it's not as powerful as
two people that are in
partner.
the same
accord. Don't just jump in it with anybody, because that person has to be on the same accord with you.
Right. But do you feel like say it was like somebody with a guy that's just kind of like a fling, you know what I'm saying, and they tried to do some manifestation, you think it'll be powerful?
If that person's on the same accord, it possibly could.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could still do it, but then sometimes that person's energy can affect your manifestation. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they like somebody who like real low energy, somebody with some negative low vibrations.
You only gonna get what you put out.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. But you know too, you got to think about too, like I was talking about, like the women that's not kind of feeling it. But you got to think about like people that got kids and stuff like that. You can't like
You can't. I
your
mean,
kids be coming in there in the bed. Can I see what you do?
get out. It's the only time I got. Get out.
Oh, your kids in there, daddy,
Yeah,
daddy.
get out. Lock the door.
Don't be doing my babies like that. They be just they be scared. They be scared. So, does anybody have any questions as of right now? I did it with masturbation. Okay, what was your results? Did you manifest anything out of it? I did it with a partner. Okay, the person that did it with a partner, was your partner on the same accord with you? Did he know what you were doing?
No, she said she
Hey,
manifested.
Samaya.
She manifested her boyfriend from it.
I manifested my boyfriend from. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. She said no, he wasn't on the same. Oh, okay. But did it work for you though? How we do? Come to me, boy. Oh yeah, yeah. And it worked like a charm. Oh yeah, awesome.
It works. It works.
It does work. It does work. But you know what? As far as like soul ties are concerned, what people don't realize is that you can utilize those soul ties that you have with somebody too. Like if you look at a man, like you ever seen a man and they were just like, he's so whipped. You know what I'm saying? Like he did whatever
Oh,
his woman told him to do.
yeah.
Like if she said go jump off a cliff, he was like, go jump off a cliff. And that is somebody who has utilized that soul tie. So when you get to the point where you send there like it's a man that's whipped over a woman or vice versa, or whatever, that's somebody who's able to utilize those soul ties. But with this, it moves fast. It does. It does, because like I said, that energy is like the most powerful energy that you can harness if you learn how to utilize it properly. And like I said too, like with those soul ties, if you learn how to utilize those soul ties, you won't even have to do love work. You know what I'm saying?
If if you can utilize it, you really don't.
No, you don't. You don't have to. You don't have to do none of that. I was young then, but I would not do it again without him agreeing because the energy stays. I agree with that. The energy does stay. So I guess what I just got a comment. She said I was young too. I was young then, but I do not I would not do it again without him agreeing because the energy stays. So, let's say you do that with a partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know, but you manifest like a house out of it. Okay. So then, I guess too, like what she's saying too, you might still have that energy connected to you, even when you get rid of him, or you might even still just have that energy in your house because that's where that energy came from. So, she's right. You may have to do like some kind of uncrossing or something like that because that manifestation came from that energy. So that manifestation is going to always harbor that energy. So I wouldn't even be surprised if, like, say, for instance, you did that to manifest a house, for instance, and then you went and you did some cord cut. That may cause you to lose that house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that energy helped to
Bring
create
that
that,
house.
to help bring that house. And you know what? And I'm glad you brought that point up because I never really thought about it in that context. Really, I didn't. So I'm glad you said that. So yeah, just be. That's why we say too. Why it's so important to have somebody who is on the same accord with you because like if I just had like a random dude that I was dealing with and I'd have manifested a house and here come my husband, but I still got ties to this
This
guy,
other dude.
that'll kind of probably be like, yeah. And then you got that person because you have some people, and even people I talk to on a daily basis, like that come to me and ask me about doing love work because they have somebody that has such a strong hold on them that they can't move on. It's just like they're not together anymore, but they always think about this person and they can't move on with their life. It's because they're always in the back of their mind. And that's somebody that you have a strong soul tie to. But I tell people too, most of the time, like if somebody comes to me to do something like the cord cutting to sever those energetic ties, then usually they can feel that and they'll start popping back up on the scene. They'll start calling your phone, start, sending you a DM, liking your Facebook pictures, on your stuff on Instagram. So just know that too. If you ever get into it to where you want to sever those ties, just make sure that that's something that you're ready to do and that you don't plan on going back. Because I've seen a lot of people too in the middle of cord cutting or something. They may be like, I decided to give him another chance. We're going to try it again because he came back around because he felt that cord being disconnected. So just make sure that that's something, that you're ready to do and that's something that you're ready to let go. Have you ever experienced, not even like in our, that I did uncrossing, and sure enough, I gave in within 10 days to him and had to come back and do it again. So that's a prime example. Prime example, like she just said, she did the cord cutting and then he came back around. She gave in 10 days and then she had to go back through and do some uncrossing,
And
to remove that.
and you gonna go back, but the object of it is to move forward. You don't want to set yourself back.
But if you so emotionally invested in somebody, like say for instance that I just got somebody that I'm so just like say for instance me and you weren't together, okay?
What?
And I'm just saying this is just an example for the people.
I don't like examples, but go ahead.
Okay, so saying you and I separated, okay? And it's just like I'm so stuck on you, but you really ain't paying me no attention and you not talking to me. So as soon as I say, okay, hey, he's not gonna control my life anymore, I'm gonna sever those ties. Then you come back into the picture and like, hey, I want my home back and my wife and my kids. And I'm like, oh, okay, come on back. So I done just like canceled out that work because I'm trying to sever that tie from you, but truly I'm not really ready to do that. She said, I was like, how the heck did I just mess up my own morning? You and Bay forever. You, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That was just an example, guys. That was just an example.
That's all it better be.
I want to talk to some people. Who gonna call in? I see y'all writing in the chat. Do y'all have the option to call in? Somebody write me in the chat and tell me. Okay. Oh, somebody. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, this is Sima.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
girl.
Hey, girl. Hey,
First of all,
girl.
the third generation uncrossing is for real. We already know that because everybody's going to come out the holes when Sade does the uncrossing.
Yes.
And y'all can pay her double because y'all don't listen. Well, that's me. No, I really had to do my uncrossing. So you had done me an uncrossing that we had decided on after divination. And
Mm-hmm.
I sure enough fell in that trap, but it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson because I was 10 days in. We're doing 13 days, right? And I said,
Mm-hmm.
how did I get off track that much? Okay. But this was a person that I had practiced sex magic with.
Mm-hmm.
So the ties were there for that reason, and we had been together for a while. And a thing that I've just started is so in the Middle East, what we really do is they say when you are in a serious relationship, okay, we're not talking Jezebel, we're talking more like Chuparosa type of relationship, like a real
Mm-hmm.
relationship. So if you have good intentions with this person and you assume that they have good intentions with you too, only then and then you're supposed to make a wish while you orgasm.
Mm.
Why? Because, like you guys said, everybody says that is the most heightened energy. That is how we come in the world. That's how we leave this world. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's the whole act. It's the nature of it. It's the position. It's everything. And then there are like different positions too. Like it's different. Like depending on what you want. Like I've heard several times that when you're like trying to manifest a child, like we want to be careful with this, right? But I'm just giving an example of like what folks talk about, and they say like when you want to manifest a child, make a wish while you sit on him or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
you can bring in so much positivity into your relationship and deepen your bond with your partner on really literally a next level if you use sex magic wisely. Now if you're young and you fool around, now you're gonna have to do a couple uncrossings and cord cuttings and all that mess. Okay, like I'm being for real right now. I know this sounds so messy, but
Yeah.
like this stuff is so real because the energy is really that heightened that it's not something you just do because it's Saturday night and then you think you can do it next Saturday with someone else. That's going to mess you up, especially if you have other works going on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my thing is basically make a wish or say I love you. Some people, like my mom, will not even go into details so much. She'll just be like, just think about how much you love him while you orgasm, just to deepen the relationship. She's not trying to have me out there, but yeah. That's
Now you
definitely
finna have
something.
everybody in your DM asking you for sex positions.
Well, because the thing is, I don't know if you've ever seen, but so many like native cultures present women giving birth while they're squatting.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
nowadays, right, we all lay in the hospital on our back and having issues pressing these kids out when you could just squat.
Exactly.
And this is over the whole globe, right? We have ancient Inca, Maya, in the ancient Middle East, Africans, anyways, like squatting is just their thing. So it's this as above, so below type of deal. It's this like how we come in the world is, it just holds such a powerful position because everything around it is pure magic. I mean, childbirth is magic, sex is magic. You can make out of it whatever you want to make. But ladies and men, I think this is like a great opportunity. I'm so glad you guys talk about this because think about it. This is the most natural way of doing things. And if you put your
Mm-hmm.
energy towards good things, good towards family, towards that structure, towards, building together, there are the greatest things that can come out of it.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
energy is a
Hmm.
big power.
And I guess that's like looking even at into like Kama Sutra and positions like that too. Because I have,
Hmm.
seen
Hmm.
that. So yeah, I'll go get you a Kama Sutra book.
And I think Kama Sutra has a lot of since yoga comes from India, so I'm pretty sure it has, correspondences with the chakras in the body and how
Mm-hmm.
to open that and all that. So Kama Sutra, that's a good idea. That's my tip of the day, Sade. Thank you.
Thank
Give
you.
me a
Thank
book
you, because you just
tomorrow.
dropped a whole bunch of knowledge.
I love that y'all do this. Thank you guys so much. You and Bay forever.
You know it.
We need y'all
Thank
together.
you.
It's more powerful. We need that foreplay candle and everything. Y'all ordered lady stuff.
It's coming May 21st.
May 21st. Do a road opener first so it comes in real good. I'm just playing this
Okay.
stuff working too good for us, Sade.
I'm glad though. I'm glad.
It worked like a charm.
We're going to have us a special guest on the podcast.
Yes, I see.
Girl,
Yes,
no,
Lord.
bye.
Oh, I appreciate that though. You did. You gave us a lot of knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else got any questions? I want to talk to me, Conjure Bay. Y'all ask Conjure Bay a question.
Maybe just real quick, maybe you guys can talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that candle and the foreplay all y'all having, because I haven't seen a lot of description about that yet.
Okay.
How we can
Yeah.
incorporate that.
Yeah. Yeah. We can talk about that, and we can talk about what it is used for.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Medusa. Let's see. Let me put her up here. I think that's the invite.
Hello? Hi,
Hello.
Shade. Hi, Conjure Bay.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hi, it's me, Francine. I wanted to say hi, Conjure Bay. Hi, Shade. Um,
Hey.
How
Hey,
you doing?
Francine.
I okay. So I didn't know that you could ever do any of this till I heard like this lady talking about it, and she was saying like the consequences of, I guess, like sleeping with a bad person, well, person who has like bad habits, or like, yeah, like who has I guess like their family has problems, or I guess deep rooted like problems in their
Mm-hmm.
family line and stuff, and how it takes like it could take like they she said like spiritually it takes like 7 years, she said, for like those bad habits to get off of your like off of a woman, like out of like her DNA or her essence of her, some shit like that. She
Mm-hmm.
said that because like then you start getting like either habits or thoughts or things like that that are just not yours, especially if he's like doing that inside of you like for like years, and then you just like you guys break up or whatever. Like she said it takes like it could take like 7 years to clean your body from that. Is that true?
Um, I have heard about the thing like you said with the DNA, and that they leave an imprint and an impression on your DNA, but I really feel like you have you have to be aware of it. Okay. So sometimes, like even with cord cutting, or breaking energetic type cords, you can do it ritualistically, but you can also kind of make a decision and try to release that energy. But I think with that, it's just like most people are not aware of it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
still feel like you could still go through your process without waiting 7 years and do cord cutting or do uncrossing and do cleansing to get that energy away from you. But I think it's just a matter of people not being educated and not being aware of it, which is why it's affecting their life. Because I have seen, women and men where when they started dealing with a particular person, that their life just went to shit, you know?
Yeah, that's what she was saying, that they come in and like they like you're doing one thing and your everything just changes and everything just goes like to shit, and then they're all like they're flourishing and everything's going great for them, and then they're just using like she said like your whole
Eh,
essence to keep going and picking up other women, and he's just glowing and glowing and you're just there till he comes back and he picks at you for some more, like don't let him, or like some shit
Yeah.
like that she was saying. I don't
And
know,
you
but
never know who does work either. You just don't know who's working in what ways. So it's definitely wise to do an uncrossing from anything like that. But I think a lot of people also say that or tell women this because, things are so powerful that we do, so people are easy to, just like how you do like how some crazy people throw some crossing work on some random people just because they looked at them sideways or whatever. Same thing
Mm-hmm.
goes with the good magic, right? Like you do something good, and you're thinking that's what you want, but that's really not what God had in his plan for you. So you keep
Mm-hmm.
pushing for this, you keep pushing for it, and you just dealing with the wrong people. That energy is going to leave an imprint, and that's why so many cultures are so traditional and just want you to practice these things within a marriage or within like a committed relationship, to not even get to that point,
I
because
agree.
there's no commitment. This man, like you say, he soaks out your essence, and that can also be a glow. Anytime we meet somebody new or anytime we're happy in a relationship, we glow, right? So that is
Mm-hmm.
really that energy, like Conjure Bae says, like that is around that energy. So same thing goes the other way around. They're just using you as an indicator, as to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
hmm.
I agree. 100%.
Gonna feed off you.
Yeah, so now
Yeah.
it's been 4 years, so now what the fuck, now I just have this like, now what?
Oh my god, we have the best people on here now. She
So
said, and
now I
now
gotta
what?
do the whole thing all over again. I just did it. I'm doing the process. It's
But
not like
let
I
me
gotta get
tell
a
you,
process for every year or some shit.
but Sade, I know, hoodoo doesn't work with the moon. I mean, none of the magical practices that I know really work with the moon. However, when, a lot of signs are in Gemini, you have to do a lot of things twice.
I'm gonna stick a
So
selenite stick up there, like a big one. No, I'm just kidding. A whole tower.
Now I do agree that the moon can enhance certain working. It
it
can
can. It
enhance. I
can.
I do agree with that.
It can, but sometimes doing things twice is literally what, because if you didn't get the message, if you didn't uncross your mind or blockbust your mind or road open your mind, this anyway is not going to go nowhere, because we all know it starts and ends with intention.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes if it clicked now with you after you finished your first uncrossing, you might have to do it again, because I'm telling you, I did it again and I finally realized I had to do it again, because the first time I was bullshitting myself. And it was another 13 days, and I was like, Lord, is this ever going to end?
Is that 13 days torture, guys?
No, you know what? I like it. I always feel new. I think that, you know what? No, I that no. That has
Well,
to be an exorcist down there
Don't
for
let
sure.
don't
It has
but
to be an
don't let
exorcist because I
like
sit in
that
there a lot
control
of
you.
times. 13 days times how many? Times how many have I been? He's gone from there, I think.
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
I'm not adding
But
up
you're
all the
right
13
too.
days
Like
that I ever done.
sometimes you have to continue like uncrossing. And the 13 days might
mm-hmm.
just not get it. You might still have to have some things that you need to get away from you. So that may have to be a work that
Or
you
yo,
might have to work on crossing for 6 months. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
ah,
I ain't saying
uncrossing
take a
Yoni
13-hour
steam
bath for 6 months consecutively, but
Another
for
thing with
6 months.
another thing with
For real,
uncrossing you.
huh? A Yoni steam one. Nah.
That's what I do.
I've seen people talk about the yoni, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't I can see like the steams and stuff with like the different herbs, because we know we talked about the herbs and them having different spirits. So I can see
Mm-hmm.
that as utilizing it to like cleanse your body. I just don't want, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, like, because I have people that's like, you do yoni, you do teas. Like, I don't want that kind of liability. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
nobody consuming nothing. Like, I just, it's just as a company, there's like a lot of kind of liability.
And it's not true to how you've been doing things. So it's funny. I own a little Yoni steam place just by
Mm-hmm.
chance, and it's just something that, so when you do your so we do like a weekly cleansing, right? And especially after you
Mm-hmm.
have your period or after you had childbirth, many Middle Eastern cultures want you to steam afterwards, because it's basically like putting something in your body, because it goes through the yoni just in your body like everything else. That's why
Yeah.
you have to be super careful. So I mean, I had people like jump up from a pod, or they didn't know they were allergic to a herb or whatever. Like, there's a lot going on with it.
Mm-hmm.
But after you have sex and you want to cleanse yourself after sex, or you did sex magic or whatever, what you can always do without paying anybody, because Sade always says, use what you got at home. You can just do a
Mm-hmm.
couple bags of chamomile tea and squat. The squatting is the key, right? Like, if you steam with me, you got to squat too, in order for to have that position to really like get the steam in. And if you squat over it with a towel, you'll be just as fine. Okay, so it's not it. You don't need all that thing. Nobody had that
So
back then.
do you see women like when they do that? Do they have like stuff come out of them? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like looking like it's
Yes,
something cleansing
yes,
out of them.
yes,
No.
definitely.
Oh
And
my
that is,
god.
yes, that's huge, because the yoni holds the trauma. Okay, like, if you're
Mm-hmm.
not fortunate enough to um just have done your work in order to be good with you, because we go through so much as women. I have people that are working from traumas from 7 years ago. I have people that had a miscarriage. I had people that had an abortion. I had, and a lot of that stuff can hold on to there. Why? Because of your mind. It's not even a
Yeah.
physical issue. It's all mental. It's all about you getting right with spirit. But many times when people spiritually incline, they're looking for more outlets of cleansing themselves, because you guys know, like, cleanliness is the most important thing, right? Like, cleaning your house before you do work, energetically, physically, cleaning your body before you do any work, taking these baths, taking a shower before you take a bath. You see, it all comes back to being clean. And like in the
Mm-hmm.
Middle East, a woman won't be let into her man's bed. Like in traditional families, she won't be able to come back into her man's bed until she went to the hammam, or until she went into the mikveh, or whatever religion that people belong to. Like a spiritual and physical cleanse is a must.
So is there anything equivalent for men?
Not really. So they go in the hammam too. So in the whole Middle East, all the people go to like these public bath places. I have no idea how they're doing it with Corona right now, but it's like a Turkish steam bath. I think it's called in English, and men go there too. So what they do first before you do any of the steaming is there somebody there, let's say a professional, is going to scrub you. Like they're going to scrub you until you have no more first layer of skin. Okay, and you actually
Mm.
pay them to do that, and then they put you in like into a soap lather,
No,
and then you go into
not
a
finna
steaming room
scrub me
until you
till
have
ain't no
nothing
skin.
left. You guys need
Oh
to Google that.
wow.
I'm so serious. Yeah, until you have nothing left. Like if your last pore is not clean, then you can't come back. Yeah, and
Okay, I'm
where are
fine.
these traditions coming from? They're coming from literally from keeping yourself clean because it won't work otherwise. So
Hey, drop your what's you got? You say you got a do you have an Instagram or a website or anything for your Yoni
yeah,
products? Tell
yes,
everybody where they can find you.
cool, will do.
Oh man, I see I got a hex on my Yoni now. I gotta go get it uncrossed.
So, Sade, do you guys do anything when you do like sex magic? Do you prepare anything in the bedroom before?
Um, not all the
Something.
time. No,
Mm-hmm. That
not
makes
all the
sense.
time. You know, sometimes I might use something like he don't know it, but sometimes I might use something like chuparosa. I might use something like manifestation oil. See,
Uh-huh.
y'all got me like exposing all my little secrets.
We gonna try.
Well, you gotta ask Bait.
Maybe.
He probably doing something himself and
He probably is.
You know it.
Oh yeah, but hey, tell them where they can find you for like the Yoni stuff too.
Absolutely. Yes. It's called Angelic Wellness. We're in Arkansas. And we have like our own yoni wash and everything. I'm not gonna bore y'all with it. I'll drop it here in the text.
Okay. So yeah, y'all get on that because I like
But
I said,
y'all
I've
get
had
with
people ask
Sade's
me before.
products because that's the truth. Like I don't mix with anything else other than my own stuff. Her products are the truth. I can like really, really, really recommend every single thing. Like I use your stuff in everything, girl. I put your stuff in the diffuser. I put your stuff in my steam. I put your stuff in my hand soap. I said I need a little third generation conjure here in everything, please, because it works like a charm. Well, I live in the South too, and I honor the soul I live in. The country I'm in, the place I'm in, and I think it works so good because it is this connection with the soul that we're on.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. I'm glad you said that too. When you're doing like your work, I think that's important to show reverence to especially where it came from, and also to be just grateful when you start seeing those manifestations. Like you said, just being appreciative and just being respectful. That's so
Mm-hmm.
important, guys. And you will see
Mm-hmm.
so much different results like with your workings, I promise you.
And
You
I
really
get
will.
results like so quick with your stuff. I turn around, I'm trying to forget about it because that's how I've been taught. I've been always taught, like, don't think about it. Don't think about what you're doing. Don't think about your work. You wrap it up and you leave it where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even have time to forget it.
And that's a good
Next thing
thing,
you
though.
know, the mayor is calling me or somebody wants something. I said, damn, Sade, Ancestors on 24/7. I
Oh,
know
I
the type.
appreciate that.
I know what y'all can go. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything else you want to say? Anybody else got any questions or want to come on and say anything?
I'm just not going to get a scrub. No.
I'm gonna send him. Hey, give me that information too for that scrub.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Can you please make a video so we can see
We gonna have to. We got to make a
how
video.
that's going to be a cultural shock?
Hey, Conjure Bae said he want to start doing some TikToks, y'all.
Okay, we'll subscribe.
I did. Yes, I did an ammonia jar, and my credit score jumping like classic weekend. Man, it's
Girl, that
jumping,
$1
jumping
took
in.
you far. That $1 ammonia took you far away, baby.
Hey, you see that ammonia jar?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
see.
Y'all don't know what classic is. Like around here in Birmingham, we have this thing called the Magic City Classic, and they do it yearly. They didn't do it last year, but like
Don't get me on
everybody
that.
come out classic weekend, like clubs jumping, people out at the football game, like it's like madhouse
Yeah,
in
and I have to
Birmingham.
work 24/7.
And he said he did an ammonia jar and his credits go jumping like classic weekend. So I'm just telling y'all what classic weekend is. Y'all don't know. Look up the Magic City Classic. I don't go to classic though. There be too many people out. You don't like it either, do you?
No,
I stay at the house. Stay at the house. Turkish. Oh, that's the Turkish bath. Yeah, let me go ahead and Google that.
I don't. You just gonna be googling it.
Y'all,
So
next time when he does it, y'all, we gonna come back on and we gonna do a video of his experience. Okay.
I'll be looking the same because I ain't doing it.
are you going to say something about the candle, the
Oh
foreplay?
yeah. Okay, so we got coming out May the 21st. We are launching out. Um, we're bringing back Eye Opener oil, which I posted a lot of reviews on Eye Opener, and we're
Mhm.
coming with the candle, the bath, and the oil, and the eye opener is basically third eye oil. So it's used to enhance your intuition. I've also seen people have results where they have learned secrets about people. You've had people like confessing different stuff to them. A lot of people, some people have seen like apparitions. I think it's a matter of, like I tell people, just be careful with it. Just make sure that you are protected when you are using that and any kind of, anytime you get into any kind of third eye um, opening type techniques, like especially like meditation, things of that nature. So we are bringing that back, and that's going to be in the candle, in an oil, and in a bath. And then we also have coming the Conjure Bae's foreplay oil, and the foreplay oil is used to enhance like your appeal. It's also used to enhance like sexual encounters as well. So you can use that prior to, and that's going to be in an oil form. So we'll have that as a conjure oil. We'll also have it as a massage candle. So that's a way to kind of get some some workings on a target. Okay,
Some
so
manifestation going.
yeah, it's kind of like the street. Okay, so that's going to be coming as a massage candle. So we'll have that on the site as well. And then lastly, we have popularity, which is one of my personal favorites. And popularity is to boost your reputation. It's also used to increase like your appeal and draw attention towards you. And I see a lot of people, some people use it in relationships, some people use it in business. I personally use it in business, but it has my phone blowing up off the hook all day, so I kind of try to stay away from it. But we'll have that coming as well, and we'll have that in a oil, in a candle, and in a bath. So that will be launching out at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time on our website, and that is www.thirdgenerationconjure.com. And we'll have that on sale until it runs out, and it does usually go pretty quickly. So just make sure you guys jump on that. Okay.
So is the attraction that we're getting from like popularity and foreplay a
Mm-hmm.
little bit less binding than like Chuparosa or Jezebel?
Well, all of them have attraction properties. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but um, with the popularity, it is like you said, it's a little bit, it's a lot less binding than Chuparosa, because
Mm-hmm.
Chuparosa is used to like enhance like relationships. They call it marriage oil, okay, because that's the
Mm-hmm.
name for it. So it's used for committed type relationships. Now I have seen
Mm-hmm.
people use it in business. Like I had one girl say that she used it to gain like loyal clients to her, and she ended up securing an interview with what's that guy named Seth Rogen
Yeah.
with the New York Times. So
Mm.
it's used for loyal type things. But I have seen people use that in like their career, but mostly it's used to attract loyal type love and enhance like marriages and things of that sort.
So did you use the Chuparosa to get me?
I didn't use nothing. Jezebel Jezebel is like more so, last podcast I called it hot girl summer, because Jezebel is more like a lustful type oil. So you will get
Understood.
you will get attention. Yeah, you'll get that attraction, but it might not be. Set your intentions with it because it might not be the attention that you want. You know what I'm saying? So Jezebel,
And
yeah, you guys don't know who Jezebel is. Maybe go like research her. But yeah, so and Jezebel too, what a lot of people don't know is it's a powerful oil for women. It's specifically made for women. But Jezebel root is in it, and Jezebel root is a dominating herb. And some people, I ain't throwing out no hex information, but some people will use Jezebel to do like crossing work as well. So Jezebel is a highly dominant root, but you can use it too, like in business. Like say for instance, you got a deal that you need to go good at work. So to kind of dominate that conversation and dominate what's going on with that deal, you might use Jezebel to get you the upper hand. It's a dominating tool, I would say.
what was interesting, I put on some power all yesterday, and I
Mm-hmm.
had two people call me out of the random. So I put it on for business, right?
Yeah.
Because I got a boring daytime job too on top of everything. But I used it for my daytime job, and two people called me out of the blue that I hadn't talked to in years, and they were like, "You look like you're doing so good. You look like you got just everything under control." I said, "That's the power oil. That must be the power oil." Because I ain't got nothing under control. I'm hungry. I'm tired. What's going on? Why everybody thinking I'm doing so good? I said, "Oh, sure enough, I had put on some power."
I'm glad you said power oil too, because I like power. I love power oil also, but that's used like you said to enhance like your personal power, and people will see
Hmm.
you as like somebody that's in power. Like, yeah, you doing real good.
Yeah,
You
that's
like,
what he was saying to me. He was like, "You look like you're doing so good, like like financial, like your business is doing good." Is what he was trying to tell me. I said, "Oh, that's
yeah,
the power all." So I could definitely feel that attraction being different from like power. But I think you said that we can pair the power all with other things good too.
And you can also use that power oil to like it's used to like enhance your own personal power, but it's also can be used to like power your other working. So if you want something to just
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, then power oil can be used in conjunction with like your other workings, like power oil and money. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like especially if you're running like a business or something like that.
Hmm. It works like a charm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have a question
Yeah.
about the
So
reversal
anybody
soap
else?
and third
Anybody
eye.
got any questions?
I have a question
No.
about reversal and third eye.
Okay. What
Should
question?
it?
What question you got? I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, okay. I wasn't sure if it was on or off. I have a question. Will the will it help uh if it goes wrong? Because I doubt I used the soap one time that you gave us a sample, and I was hearing stuff, and I know it wasn't like in my I know, man, I know like it it was I how could I say it? I was definitely hearing things and seeing things, and then I used like protection and stuff, and it went away. But will reversal help to make that calm down if that happens again? Because I plan to use it like because I'm working on like my lower chakras, and I want
Mm-hmm.
to like balance myself out and like use it in a couple months. And then I'm like,
I
will
would
reversal
I
help
would pair
help
it
it if
with
it goes wrong?
protection. If you're gonna use it, I would pair it with protection. But I also had someone say like if you're not trying to get just like random messages or random spirits or something, like I see people that mix it with the ancestor oil, especially if that's what they're trying
Oh,
to do,
okay.
like connect with the ancestors, then they'll use it with ancestor oil. But I would more so lean toward using it with like fiery wall of protection, before you use it,
Okay.
because the reversal is just like to, I mean, it's to send whatever kind of energy back to where it came from. But I would
Oh,
I
okay,
would more
okay.
so
So
do
that won't help with
protection.
that. That wouldn't help with that anyway.
Um, I
I
mean
thought that it would like undo, like make them stop talking to me or something. And like it won't, that won't happen. It's not gonna do.
Like go back to where you came from. Yeah, I mean you may
Yeah,
see
like
some
a
results
reset
from it,
button or
but
something.
if you try it, let me know because I mean like I feel like
Okay,
results.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So and I want to know.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
yeah,
No, I'll
but if
definitely
I
try it
said
with the
anything, I
ancestor.
would say protection.
Okay. Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah, I remember her telling me I sent her some third eye soap as a sample because I had made some, and she was like, "I used that third eye soap, and I was hearing stuff in my house." So yeah, just be careful, guys. Just be careful. Hey, but Francine, did you when you used that soap, did you like set any intentions with it, or did you just use it?
No, I was just washing my face like before bed, and that's it. And then I was playing with I was playing with the pendulum and using it. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. I had barely bought like two things from you guys, and I really underestimated your guys' products. And I used it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, and then this little girl was like, "Oh, there she is," and I was like, "Oh, hell nah!" Like, I know what I heard. Like, like, and then it was just more stuff, and I was like, "Oh man, what did I do?" Like, I was like kind of scared, but then I gathered myself together and ordered a lot of protection stuff. And then it went away, but I stood away from it. Like I locked it in a box far away. And I don't want to like now that I know what it does, and I know what it does, and I want to use it. Like I've seen a lot of good reviews, but I was like, I'm not ready if I want to talk to I don't want to do all that yet. Like
Yeah,
the ghost
do
hunter
your
and stuff.
protection
I'm not
first,
there
though.
yet.
Yeah, do your
Yeah.
protection before you do it, and that way you can protect it from like anything you might not be comfortable seeing. You know what I'm saying? Or hearing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank
You're welcome.
Sade, I
Anybody
have to
else?
give one more tip before we get off here for the sex magic. I just remembered something.
Mm-hmm.
So another good thing is to use honey. Just like how you would use it in a sweetening jar, you can put it on, your private.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fill that honey with intention, because honey is the only thing in the world that won't turn bad. It won't spoil. Like
Yeah.
doesn't matter how long you have honey, it's never going to start going bad. So honey holds so many, and it's antibacterial and everything, right? So if you can
Mm-hmm.
bear, while you do sex magic, you can use a drop of honey that you can fill with intention. And I don't recommend putting any of the oils because there's just too much that you could be allergic to as far as like the herbs.
Yeah.
But honey is another like house remedy that you can use in sex magic for sure.
Don't you got Conjure Bae over here with his ears wide open?
He gonna be like, "Babe, where's the honey? Get the honey
Well,
out the cabinet."
she been dropping a lot of knowledge with the sex magic.
Yes, the honey is the
But
That's
truth.
like
that
she
what?
said too, just be careful with it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Definitely, definitely.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess we'll wrap it up, guys. And then next time, I think we're talking about communication. Yeah, we're talking about communication, and we're gonna talk about like some tips you can do spiritually to open up the lines of communication with your partner and in relationships, because I think that's like one of the most important things. So
Yes, 'cause I was trying to figure out how long it took her to start talking to me.
he always trying to throw me up under the bus, y'all.
I swear.
I can't with him.
But then he doing some attraction on you at the same time.
Right at the same time. See. Yeah, but I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you dropping the knowledge, for all of our listeners.
We
So, but I'm
appreciate
gonna
you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for doing
you're
this.
welcome, and y'all make sure y'all go check her out and tell them your site again where they can
Angelic
find you.
Wellness. I put it in the
And
chat.
okay, you got it in the chat. Okay,
Yes,
awesome. And
ma'am.
I'm gonna post that because I'm gonna put this on YouTube too. So I'm gonna post that on the description link in our YouTube too, so they can find you easily as
Cool.
well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So until next time, guys.
Bye
Peace.
bye. Bye, y'all.
Bye.